Good evening, ladies.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello, everyone out there. This is our first show back from the new year, so we are ready to get started. We have a guest with us today, sitting in for Vonnie, Miss Yvonne Barker, who is on hiatus. Let's welcome Tammy Spivey.
Peter says Peterson.
Oh, Peterson, I'm sorry. I still have Spivey showing up, so I need to change.
Her name right, Chris.
No, get the name right. Tammy
Oh, her
Peterson.
name right.
And Tammy is a wonderful photographer. She's done several things for me, and I've enjoyed everything that she's done for me. So, you know what? If you're looking for a fantastic photographer, check out Tammy. Tammy, why don't you give them your email address or how to contact you before we get started?
Okay, it's Tammy Tammie at capturing the moments as ATL.com.
Guys, you will not be disappointed if you check her out. She's a very extremely good photographer. Like I said, I enjoyed everything she's done for me. So listen, ladies, what is this new topic, this new conversation, hospice wives?
Hospice Care. On the heels of we all know that men are reluctant to go to the doctor and pay attention to their health or give their health attention that it should, as women do. And what apparently is happening now hasn't happened to me, but I was looking at videos on TikTok of women who have experienced starting a relationship with a man 50 and over, or he could be late 40s, somewhere in that range. And then come to find out either during the dating or worse, marriage, that their mate or husband or whatever has a lot of health issues that were never disclosed during the time that they were dating.
So Tammy, let me ask you real quick. So where did the term, how did it get coined, hospice wives?
Hospice Care Wife. Well, that I don't
Care
know.
wives, okay.
I don't know. Maybe, okay, so we all know what's the hospice. So there you go. I think that's it. Based upon the definition of hospice, you are obviously, when you're in that state, what the situation becomes is you are in the state of which someone is just constantly taking care of you now because of a sickness or ailment, and just giving you that type of care that you need. So I think that's why they coined it that. I can't think of any other reason, right?
No, that makes sense to me. But yeah, I haven't like you, Tammy. Fortunately, I haven't run into that yet, and hope not to. Hope the man that I meet eventually is someone that's taking care of his health. So, Wendy, what are your thoughts on hospice? Now that I got the terminology right, hospice care wives
or girlfriends.
Or girlfriends.
Hospice care wives and girlfriends, Lord. My goodness. I had a real problem with the title. I have a real problem with the title. But I did see a little video on TikTok, just one, that talked about it, and it's definitely a concern. But let me just preference anything else we see. Saying that hospice, that word, palliative care, is a serious matter. We don't mean to make light of it in any kind of way. That being said, we can talk about it. Let's get into it. I haven't had the situation myself, but I could definitely see how this could be something that we watch out for. You know? We should protect ourselves against coming into contact with somebody with these kind of health issues. Doesn't disclose them, they might not show, on the outward appearance. And then you end up, taking care of somebody that you married a year ago or 2 years ago, briefly. You know what I'm saying? So, my concern.
So let me ask you ladies this. Is there a point in a relationship, especially when you're dating someone, when you should learn about the other person's health challenges if they have some?
Yes, right at the beginning, because it's so vitally important to be transparent and forthright when it comes to your health. Um, it shouldn't be in the middle, and it definitely shouldn't be way at the end after you've invested time and emotions with someone. Because at that point, then that person that is in that sickness state, then they're going to feel you need to be here and do X, Y, and Z. And then that person is going to feel obligation, even though she didn't sign up for that.
Well, let me just throw something in there. So you meet someone, you meet a gentleman, and he doesn't. You have that conversation, and he doesn't express to you or share with you that he has some medical challenges that may, cause another situation later on in the relationship. And you're okay with that, so you end up marrying him, and then somewhere down the line, a year, 2 years, you find out that he has all these health challenges. What do? Do you stay with him or do you leave him? Wendy, what do you think?
No, it's going to depend on the answer that they gave. How long have you? If you tell me you've been battling this for 10 years, then we have a problem. You tell me even if it was 5 years, you knew very well I was, what was going on with you, but you kept it in the dark, and so you weren't. So now when you
So what do you do, Tammy? So how do you distinguish whether or not you're going to leave this person or stay with you? If they've had it for 10 years, you're saying that you would leave them, but if they just found out about it recently, but were afraid to tell you about it, you'll stay with them. Is that what you're saying?
I guess when you just find out, okay, that's different. So if you just find out about something, that's not the same as having had something that you've been battling with and dealing with, right? So you can't control something that just pops up. So I think that's different. But I would like to know how this man I'm interested in, how he feels about health and wellness. Just have these conversations. Do you go for your yearly checkups? Because you can tell how a person responds, the answers that they may give you, if they are in tune with doing that. And I'm gonna pick up on that. Based upon things that they say or things that they don't say when it comes to health and wellness. I'm going to be very, very open about that.
What do you think, Wendy? What would
I was trying to think of, I'm sorry,
what would your stance be on that?
whether I stay or whether I go. Yeah, that's so many things play into that. Before I can answer that question, Chris, really, what is the relationship? You know what I mean? Are we married? Or are we?
Yeah, that's why I said you're married. You asked that question up front and you did not get any answers in terms of you were both talking about your health challenges. And so
No health challenges were revealed.
Right, exactly. So here you are 1 to 2 years down the line and you're married to this person and suddenly they have this ailment that they've had and now they're telling you about other things that are going on with them. What would you do at this point? Because they deceived you. Would you stay with them and take care of them or would you leave?
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. And I'm trying to think of, even though I haven't had this experience, I had a friend who was stage 4 cancer. So I kind of think about how he was really doing a lot of dating, even though he looked healthy. You know what I mean? He was stage 4, going to the cancer center on a regular basis, getting treatment, was really dating and had several girlfriends. And I think now that I'm come in contact with this word, it's the word Tammy gave us. I think he might have been looking for hospice care.
He was. And so especially if he was really being very active in dating, had a lot of girlfriends, he was trying to find the one that would make a good caretaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I always expressed to him that he really should tell him his situation, because it's not fair, you know,
Oh,
to,
definitely not fair.
yeah. I think that he was sharing the situation, and some women apparently are okay with that. And a couple of them went to the center with him like it was a trip or something. You know what I mean? It's just like,
But
wow.
but the one that he ended up with didn't stay with him, did she?
No, I mean, he didn't end up with anybody, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, he didn't find a real nurse, or how can you say it? He didn't find that one that was willing to make those kind of sacrifices. No.
Well, I'll tell you, ladies, yes, it would be challenging to make a decision, but I'll be completely honest with you. I might leave. I'll tell you right now, I might leave. I mean, there's a definitely a loving, compassionate side to me, but if you've had that conversation up front and you've asked those questions and a person decides they want to conceal it because they want you there with them when those things happen, and in leaving, I wouldn't leave them, just out there by themselves. I would ensure that they were going to be taken care of in whatever method that I possibly could. But I'm going to just be honest. Yeah, my first thought would definitely be to leave, and I can't say that I wouldn't stay, for sure. But what I can say is if I did leave, I would definitely try to leave that person in a good state, and even in a good state to the point where I would still check on them occasionally. But no, I probably would not be the 24/7 caregiver, or excuse me, hospice care wife.
I think that the TikTok video that I saw, this woman gave advice about, having your finances in order and separate and all that kind of stuff, in case that you find yourself in this position, or you don't have your deceased own adult children coming in to try to get, something that really didn't even belong to him to start with. You commingle your finances.
Right, right.
So it's important to protect yourself financially, have insurance, and of course, and the physical and all of this to try to in front of situation before.
Well, Wendy, you make a very good point, because I'll tell you and you know what, and Tammy, I don't know, what do you think about this? I think that's a question that we need to ask men. Do you have life insurance? I have life insurance. You won't have to worry about, well, I don't want to be buried. You can cremate me. But I have life insurance, and a lot of people do not have, especially a lot of older people. And even if they do and they got it years ago, it may not be that valuable. And I want to back that up. A lot of older people with some kind of understanding of what it takes to bury your loved ones probably do have insurance. I won't say that all don't, but I think that is a good question to ask as well. Do you have life insurance? Because I'll tell you, not having life insurance and having to be the responsible person, especially if you're married to that person, that's a large undertaking.
It is, and especially if the person is sick. Imagine how much the life insurance would be. It could be high.
And the medical bills, Tammy. I mean, if you want to talk about expenses.
And that's a big part of it. If the person doesn't share their history with you or their medical concerns, and you're married to them, now it's like you're almost responsible for spending your money to help take care of them as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And this is happening when men get to a certain age, and then they want to then lock somebody down as a partner, anybody at that point, and whoever is whoever is there at the moment in terms of marrying, they ready now at 55. Right? So it's not like you are the one they can't live without you. Uncle Pep, well, no, none of that.
You're the one for right now.
Yes, exactly. And don't be a person that's in the clinical field or some, he's really gonna wine and dine you then if they find out you're a nurse.
She said he's really gonna wine and dine you. Yeah. And
Yeah.
and you're none the wiser, and you're none the wiser. So, hey, ladies out there, I hope you're listening, especially if you're over. It's so funny. Middle age is not 50. Middle age is about 40 to 45, because the life expectancy for women is it's in the 80s, the mid 80s. So middle age is in the middle 40s. So, ladies out there, just be careful when you're meeting older gentlemen. Ask those questions, all those health related questions. Ask them if they have life insurance. And this might sound, cold and harsh, but it's the reality of a relationship. Hey guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you hit the bell at the very top on the right hand side of the screen, you will get updates when we have new episodes. So check us out whenever that bell comes on. Ladies, anything else on Hospice Care Wives?
I don't think so. I mean, the thing, I guess the important thing to remember should be sickness and in health, not sickness and in death. So, at least right away, so just it's truth about your health. Where is your, what is your health state at this moment before you begin to date?
It's true. Yes, I think it's important. It's we're in that age group where these are things that we have to be concerned about. This is another concern, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Wendy, you were still saying something.
This is just something that we should be concerned about, definitely in our age group. When we're dating and looking to, share our life with someone, you definitely have to look at these things as a possible pitfall. It can take your financial security.
Absolutely. So now, Tammy, you said early on, at what point should women start asking those kinds of questions? You don't want to do it on the first date, of course, because that's just a turnoff. So what were you recommending in terms of the timing?
Okay, well, at least 2 weeks into the get to know one another stage, because that is getting to know that person. How do they feel about like physicals. They may want to talk about going to the gym. They go to the gym. Okay, that's great. That's good that you are physical in that sense. But I want to know, are you a person that cares about yearly exams, or are you apprehensive about going to the doctor? There's nothing wrong with having that conversation, because you are going to find out the true sense about that person and how they feel about their body.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the dentist. I mean, you go to the dentist, because that's something that is often neglected with older men sometimes. And I think too, if they've been married, or if they have a girlfriend or somebody in their life, we tend to make the appointments, right? We pick them sometimes.
Yeah, a good woman or a good man will make those appointments. You're absolutely right. Whether they keep them or not, that's another thing. But a good woman in a relationship or a wife will definitely make those appointments. So we just hope all you men out there are taking care of yourself and staying healthy. Like Tammy said, it's nice to go to the gym, but sometimes we need to visit the doctor. And you may think that you're healthy, but sometimes there are those underlying things that are hanging out there that just a simple blood work or a test of some sort might bring to your attention. And you know what? Get those things taken care of, because if you're still single and you want to settle down, you want to settle down to enjoy the rest of your life, not to be laid in a hospital, laid in a bed, waiting for some to wait on you hand and foot. You want to be up, around, mobile, moving, traveling, and just loving your mate, loving your wife, or whomever you're connected to. So once again, guys, please take care of your health. Start when you're young. And when you get older, you'll already be in that routine, and you'll be able to share it with other men as well. Any parting thoughts, ladies?
No, I think you nailed it. Anything else?
I don't have any other thoughts except just take care of yourself. If you take care of yourself, your body will take care of you.
Oh, I love that. Take care of yourself. Your body will take care of you.
Yeah.
I love that. So once again, everybody out there, please like, share, and subscribe. Hey, leave a comment, because we want to know, what do you think about this Hospice Care Wives. Have you been in a situation where you've fallen in love and got married, then find out that your husband, has all these major illnesses, and now you're there and not sure what to do? Leave us a comment, or just whatever your thoughts are on this. You may also know someone. Once again, guys, this is our first show back from the New Year's, so look for some great content as we go forward on relationships, all about relationships and relationships as we move into the latter part of our life. So ladies, have a good evening. Hey, one more time, Tammy, give them your website. Let them know how they can reach you.
Capturing the moments, ATL.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, ladies, I will see you all next week. Have a wonderful week.
Bye.
Right.